Well, good morning. I'm happy to welcome to our studios Tom Beerntsen, the President and CEO of the Door County YMCA. We've started a new program called Good News Guests, and we're declaring this a negative-free zone. And if your blood type isn't B positive, you need a transfusion to come on the air with us. But our goal, Tom, is to accentuate positive things that are happening. And I have to tell you with all sincerity that I know a no better name in Door County than a first-class job, as have others before you. Uniting Door County like nothing else ever does. There is an equalizing impact and a broad demographic appeal with the Door County YMCA. You serve people uniting Northern Door, Sturgeon Bay, Southern Door. You have rich and poor, young and old. You've got people of color. The YMCA is the singular most impressive organization in Door County, and I commend you for
thank you.
Your leadership.
Thank you. It's a great organization.
What is the best news that you've got at the Door County YMCA now?
Well, you know, your inclination is always to talk about facilities and things, which are really tools. And it's funny, this isn't a big thing, but I was walking into the Y this morning at about 6:45, getting ready to come over and talk with you. And a grandma stopped me in the parking lot and said that she had been at our new playground, which we want to talk about, because that is good news. But they have a little 9-year-old grandson who's in a wheelchair, and had used the playground because we had installed some handicap swings and things. And you know, you don't think about that. But what a wonderful thing to have a facility that does allow everyone to participate, and even a little boy who normally goes to a playground and can't use it. So I thought, how nice is that?
That's touching lives very dramatically in a positive way.
But our playground, talk about good news, what a great addition to the community. For folks that haven't been there, behind the YMCA to the north, we've got a new 10-acre called YMCA Peterson Park because of a gift from Carla in Ellsworth Peterson. But one of the things we installed in June with the help of 192 volunteers in one day is this thing called a Kaboom Playground. And it's there now for the community. It's being so well used. Monday night this week we had 150 families, kids and parents from our day camp that had kind of a picnic. And it just was so perfect. A wonderful summer night with families just all enjoying a great new amenity. So that's been a real success for us.
How many lots were acquired to make that park possible?
Oh my, this goes back probably 2.5 or 3 years now. I think it was about 22, 21 residential lots. It was a portside development, and fortunately we were able to acquire it when we had the basic integrity of the entire. Now, after 1 year, we just about planted grass there a year ago. We've got about all the time jogging. We actually allow dogs in that park. The city is having a bit of a discussion about that now because they generally don't. But you have two choices. You can have dogs or you can have geese. And I've never seen folks pick up after geese. So we have dogs. And I haven't seen a goose, and I've seen lots of people with their dogs, and people have managed them very well. We have little doggy stations and all that. So they've taken very good care of it.
The Petersons have certainly created a legacy of generosity and support for their community.
Oh my, and you know, Roger, I've been doing this a little while, 45 years actually, and they are very, very near, if not at the top of the list of all the benevolent, generous people who I have had the opportunity to work with. They truly love kids. They want this community to have the amenities that cities much bigger than us even wish they had. And so when you see our Y here in Sturgeon Bay and you see that park, that's so much to do with them.
Whenever I try to attract a key employee, I always visit the Y, and there's a wow factor. There is an eye-popping experience when people from other communities come to Sturgeon Bay and see the facility that we've got here, and also Northern Door. And I understand you've got an expansion project up at the Fish Creek Center as well.
Yeah, you know, the building here in Sturgeon Bay was built in 1997 without the pool, with the pool in 2001. In between there, 1999, a group of folks got together and raised the money to build that facility in Fish Creek. And I will tell you, a lot of people wonder about having a full facility, YMCA in a town of city of 400 people. If we were Coca-Cola, there's no way we'd have a bottling plant in Fish Creek. It just does not make business sense from that perspective. But the reality is we are not that kind of business. We're here to take care of this long, long stretch of property we know as our peninsula here. And we have 2,600 members at that little facility up there. We just have done a strategic planning program with our board, and we had focus groups. As a matter of fact, I think you were at one of those. The reoccurring theme for older people is isolation. You know, we have long winters here, in case you haven't noticed sometimes. And the Y has become the center of the community in both locations, but really in Northern Door, it's so very important, just to the mental health of families and older adults. And particularly as you run into mobility problems and transportation challenges, which aren't becoming easier in our county. People can't get down to Sturgeon Bay. You know, when you live in Ellison Bay, that's a trek for most anyone, and for older folks in the winter, it becomes very difficult. So our Y up there is doing well. We just invested about $750,000 last year in rebuilding our mechanical room, which doesn't sound exciting or sexy, in our pool, but after 15 years we had to replace the whole thing. And now we've moved on to a second phase, which is adding a 3,500 square foot lifestyle center, which cost about $1.5 million, and we've made some good progress towards that. Hopefully next week we can make an announcement on a major gift that'll help us get us much closer. And then we actually hope, if we can find the support before the end of September probably, we'll hopefully break ground this fall.
What is the lifestyle center?
Good question. Lifestyle center is really where a person would think of all the cardio equipment, the weights, the free weights, that sort of thing. Right now, we've got a 2,300 square foot piece of our building that exists right now that we call our lifestyle center, all the cardio machines and all that kind of equipment. The problem is our treadmills, for those of you that have used treadmills, they back up to the wall, and there's about a 12-inch space behind the treadmills. In a perfect world, you'd have 6 feet. The reason for that is if you ever fell off a treadmill, you'd rather hit a floor than a wall. And so we really want to give ourselves more space. Again, when you think about folks that are getting a little bit older, like me and you, Parkinson's has become a big deal. And so treadmills are so important to that work with people that have Parkinson's. And you really need more space. If you're in a walker and you need to get on a treadmill and the treadmills are 6 inches apart, that's a bit of a challenge. So this will allow us to do things better. It'll allow us to serve more people. It'll be in a more comfortable and convenient location to the south side of our existing gym, overlooking Gibraltar Road and some nice woods through what will be a glass wall pretty much. So it's going to be very nice.
Great. When you look back on your 45 years of experience as in YMCA leadership roles, what do you attribute the incredible market penetration and success that we experience here in Door County with our YMCA?
You know, I have been around the Y for over 45 years, is true. You know, I think the reason the Y has endured in America for 165 years actually, and has become, and is our largest community social service agency in the country, is the unique genius of the Y is every community decides what they need, and then they can do what they want to do as long as they can afford to do it. There's no money coming from Chicago or Washington or San Francisco. We've got to do this ourselves, and that's why folks like the Petersons are so very important. And so the reason the Y has existed here is because I think that model works very best in very small communities. Now, some would say a Y in a big city would be easier because you have many more people. But the reality is, in many regards, we're the only show in town. You know, I look at the Boys and Girls Club. They are doing good work, but they have a very focused audience. It's from this age to this age. You know, people here have expectations of us from 6-week-old babies in our child care to the very oldest of seniors with balance and memory classes and Parkinson's and Live Strong cancer programs. And so we have this great expectation that we'll serve all. And we are doing our best, but it stretches us thin. And that's why we need to raise $500,000 a year just to guarantee that we don't turn people away. We will not put people away from us because they don't have the money. And so that's why We probably raise 4 or 5 times more than the average community. So why does it work well here? One, it's a great organization doing good work in the areas that need to be done, and we guarantee that we aren't going to turn folks away. So today we have 8,300 members. You know, we had all-time high, never been more, in a county of 27,000. I mean, that is about 3 times plus the normal market penetration.
Can that be increased? Is there an opportunity for growth?
Well, you know, it's kind of like customer service and things you know so well. It's not bowling. You know, I can bowl a 300 game, likely won't, but could. But things like, can you grow your membership? Can you do better at customer service? Can you improve your programming? You can always do better. You can always do better. Our focus right now, and I keep trying to talk about, is we need to work on customer satisfaction, customer service, retention. You know, in the radio business, I know from the chocolate business, it's a lot easier to retain clients you have and keep them happy than it is to go out and always be breaking new ground. There's statistics you know about what it costs to bring in a new customer as opposed to keeping someone. We get caught up trying to bring in new bodies. That's in the fitness world industries called churn and burn. They just bring them in and they shoot them out just as fast out the back end. And that's not the way we need to operate, particularly in a small community. So our focus needs to be on retention, but we'll continue to try and build the membership as well.
What gives you your highest job satisfaction?
I do this because of kids. I still, you know, as much as I love to see folks, you and I, my age, doing this kind of thing, I still love to see families. I still love to be stopped by someone that talks about their 9-year-old disabled child being able to use our playground. That's what gets me up at 66 in the morning, you know, and wanting to keep doing this. This is special work we're doing, and, you know, it's about the impact on people's lives. I don't know what else we could be doing that could be more fun at this point in my life.
Well, Tom Beerntsen, President and CEO of the Door County YMCA, thank you very much for sharing good news with us, and welcome again very soon. I hope to see you with information about your Northern Door donor, and
Good.
we'll provide an opportunity to recognize those phenomenal benefactors.
We'll keep focusing on good news.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.